Hey family, it's Tosh MAMABEAR prepping. You already know what time it is. Get your drink, pull up. Let's just take a sip because we were outside in the snow and it's super hot. Okay, so we were outside in the snow. I did a video on my other channel. This is like blinding me. On my other channel, just a little tour to show you the snow. I think we got probably eight inches or so. Snow still coming down, so that's still happening for us. Just been out there, doing basic maintenance with snow, clearing walk paths, that type of thing. But make sure you check out my video today at 3 o'clock on the other channel so you can kind of just see a tour and you can see what it's doing to the garden. So causing havoc on my garden and my smaller trees, right? So I just wanted to just bring you a quick video today and just as an urgency, as a warning to continue to please get your medicines. I hit on this very slightly yesterday where I said where I believe the medicine issue is going to go. I believe that we are going to get to a point where all of a sudden they take anything that is left on the shelves and they take it off and they start regulating it to where you have to be prescribed medication. So even something as simple as maybe Tums, or a basic pain medicine for maybe headache management, whatever it is, chronic, everyday pains, that stuff would be regulated. And it's going to get to a point where it's a shortage and the feds, the government, our government, the way that they're going to handle that is taking it all off and deciding that they need to regulate it. And then therefore, they'll say that they're saving the stockpile from being basically, depleted by the American people, right? So I think it's important that you get your stuff now so that you have your backups for things now, especially things that that you take on a regular basis or a family member takes on a regular basis, or you as a family as a whole for the whole year, you take a certain type of medication, get those things and get them now, right? And that goes for regulations on holistic stuff, trying to regulate that people can't do that. Could be regulations on over-the-counter stuff. Could be regulations on supplements and vitamins as well. We've gone through ups and downs over the last few years with holes and shortages in all of those areas. I've gone to several stores sometimes where there won't be any vitamins. And then I go a week later and there's vitamins. But I think it's so important to get that stuff on your shelves right now. Woke up to an article this morning talking about CVS and Walgreens would be putting a limit of 2 on all of their children's meds. So we've been talking about the children's medicine for a while. There's shortages. People can't find it. I ran into the lady at Walmart, remember, who was buying it for her son who lived in Canada. It's been an issue for a while. And it's definitely an issue here in the United States in different areas, right? And it comes and goes, right? And that's what I think gives people security, because we go through these issues and everybody loses their minds and everybody realizes what's going on. It's just like the formula, right? But then it slowly comes back, or they go to the store the next time and it's there. And then they're like, okay, I overreacted. I'm thinking too much. I'm buying too much into this conspiracy. I'm buying too much into this whole, there's shortages, and there's really not. It's just a moment in time because things are rougher. There is inflation. There is people who are not, people are losing their jobs, maybe not enough truckers. There's different things going on. There's a war going on. People assume that a war affects stuff. Now, absolutely war affects stuff. But people who don't understand what's going on, it's very easy for them to be like, well, there's a war. No wonder all this bad stuff's happening. Baby, this stuff was already in play before that stinking war started, okay? Does it not, does it make things worse in some ways? Absolutely. I think we need to be more concerned with other wars that we may or may not get into and how that will impact us. That will be absolutely insanity the day that we go to any type of war with China because of how we get so much meds from them. But we already have an issue. And so meds, especially children's meds, infant meds, right? Get that stuff. Fever reducing meds is what I'm talking about, right? And you have stores that are starting to put limits. This is starting to slow roll into something more than it was before. Even though you and I and people that think like us and are critical thinkers have been thinking about this for a while and have been noticing these things for a while and listening to other people in other countries and other parts of our country talk about this and talk about what they've seen, people still just want to be like, it's not happening. Everything's fine. You're over exaggerating. Hey, listen, let me be the over-exaggerator, but let me tell you what, if my child has a fever, guess who's going to have that stuff that's needed? If somebody gets hurt in my home, and I cannot find something on the shelf, guess who's going to have that? Mama Bear is going to come through and have that, okay? So that is what I'm saying, is get that stuff, because you're going to start seeing more and more of this limiting type stuff. CVS, Walgreens, they're not super big chains in the sense of the size of the store, right? They're not the size of Walmart, let's say, right? And so they already weren't going to carry just an extreme amount of that stuff, right? And so take a look at your area, your stores, see what's going on, see if you're seeing limits, see if you're seeing shortages, holes, you can't get it. I mean, if you start seeing shortages in your area and you do not have this stuff, you need to be picking some stuff up, okay? If you're part of my membership Discord, we just started another channel within our Discord. So my members, if you did not know, you get a link and you get to join our Discord channel, where you have basic access to me, access to like-minded other individuals, and we talk about all types of stuff and have all different types of channels. And one of the channels we started was a channel to help each other out, and it's for this very thing, right? One member is seeing a shortage or desperately needs something in one state, they reach out on this channel and ask for the help. And there's maybe a bartering type system, a helpful type system where, hey, I do have that in my state, let me pick you some up. And you can connect with people and we can all be like-minded. But we share all types of stuff on there: recipes, current events, conspiracy things. I mean, we have a ton of channels where we can discuss various things: food preservation, foodie stuff, just all types of different things, anything that we feel like sharing with the group, right? So continue to do that. Continue to talk to each other, to share the information. Hopefully in this video, people are sharing in the comments anything that they're seeing out of place in their state, in their area. Hey, we've actually been out of this for a while. Or hey, we have shortages, then we fill it, then we have shortages. Or hey, we've been out since this time period and we have none. You don't have to necessarily say what city you are, unless it's a big city, of course. But definitely shout out those states. Shout out where this stuff is happening at. I just read this article. I haven't been to a CVS or Walgreens since, so I'm not sure. I couldn't back that up with actually going out to my local ones and seeing for myself, is this true? But to me, it's common sense. We've already seen this during different times with shortages. Stores start to panic. They want to try to even it out, and supposedly, it's to make sure that every customer that possibly can have an opportunity to get something can get something, right? And to me, I'm not even upset with limits. The only time I get upset with limits is like if I was trying to cook something specifically and then I could only get 2 of something, or I couldn't even get enough of what I was trying to make for a big group of people, or whatever, a potluck or whatever. I might be like, okay, I can't even get the amount that I want to get, right? But normally, because I prepare, limits and stuff don't really worry me. But get this stuff, because we've already seen through history, if you even back up let's just say in the couple years, because a lot of people have kind of waken up in this last 2-3 years. Let's just keep it real 100. A lot of folks, that is kind of the thing that got a lot of people going and rolling and thinking about, wow, we really need to prepare more. We need to be ready. Like, just as simple as the toilet paper craze. That was a great thing that happened, though, because you had people who understood that, wow, it is important to have a little bit of a stockpile, not to have crazy rooms full of toilet paper, but you had families that didn't have, that happened, and they had 1 roll, and I had friends who were like desperately like, can I get some toilet paper? Like, I got 1 roll, right? And they have kids, a whole family, right? And they couldn't get any, right? And so, it's important to have a little stockpile, even a couple big packets, and just having those 2 in a closet somewhere is helpful during a situation like that. That would have taken them through the the toilet paper craze. And so a lot of folks recognize that and realize that. People trying to get, bleach cloths, bleach products, Lysol, gloves, and different PPE and different stuff they realized they needed. In that moment, they realized that they needed to have that stuff and have it on hand. You don't have to have a whole room of latex gloves, right? But it's important to have a few boxes, to have stuff on hand for when you need it, okay? And so I do think that a lot of Americans, a lot of people around the world did realize, hey, it is important to prepare and to have a little bit of a stockpile. When I say stockpile, I'm not talking about, you know, your whole basement is full of one product, right? I'm just talking about a little bit of extra of everything so that you're okay when crisis happens. So talk to me. Let me know in the comments what you're seeing in your area. Let people know, because knowledge is power, and that's how we stay ahead of things. I think the majority, I won't even say the majority, but I know that there's a big majority that watches me that does understand and has been doing this for a while. And, you know, a video like this doesn't panic them. This might be panicking new preppers in that urgency. And I would urge that stay with that urgency and that warning and just push forward. But don't lose your mind, right? And don't go buying, you know, a whole garage full of toilet paper. That is not what I'm telling you to do. But meds has been something that we talked about. We are going into the direction of one day that it will be regulated, and you will not be able to get basic things over the counter, okay? And you'll get to a point where you imagine you're having to like tell your doctor what's going on with you, and can I please get some Tums? Like things that could be fixed like this now. Imagine having to like go to the doctor. It just doesn't make any sense, right? But it's a way, it's exactly what they're going to do, because it's going to be a way to control, and it's going to be a way to regulate and supposedly make it last longer than what it would, I guess, if they just let it run out and panic start and everybody buys everything, okay? Do what you got to do, because there's certain things that we don't have much more time to freely go out and do things, okay? Do the things, keep pushing forward, cut out the noise, do stuff with your friends, do things with your family, enjoy the holidays, enjoy things like this crazy snow we're getting right now. It's super beautiful. It's still coming down like crazy right now. And it's a lot. So check out my other video. If you are not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel for more videos. I get questions every single day in emails of, hey, how do I do this? What about this? What's your opinion on this? How do I prep for this? And I check out my videos, please, because I have done a ton of videos on all types of topics. Literally just type in Mama Bear prepping and then just a couple keywords of what you're looking for and see what pops up, okay? That's the easiest way to get to a specific video of something that I've discussed, okay? So I'll see you guys tomorrow on the next video. Take care. Bye.